Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So as someone who's been competing in powerlifting for almost 10 years now, I have gone from powerlifter to coach and powerlifter. And within those years of competing, I have made my fair share of mistakes. So I want to share with you guys some of the mistakes I've made, so hopefully you guys don't make the same ones. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so number one, building muscle mass. So when I first started in powerlifting, I was so afraid of building muscle mass. I know it sounds weird. I got into working out specifically for that reason. And then once I got into the sport, I was so heavily focused on the squat, bench, and deadlift that I lost sight of what it meant for a bigger muscle to be a stronger one. So I didn't put as much focus into that, and my nutrition was all over the place. So I was a very small, fragile, weak 82.5 kilo powerlifter and tried making weight for 90 kilo as I started to kind of get heavier, but I couldn't meet the weight class because I started eating too much. And then we got to the other side and it didn't really work out for me, right? I have become more comfortable with 100 kilo to 110 kilo. I feel the best that I am right now, although I could probably slim down, but now I have the control to be able to do that. Especially for younger powerlifters, the sooner you understand how to eat for performance, the better you'll be as you start to get older into open class and further and so on and so forth. Even just lifelong habit-wise, right? Understanding protein, carbs, fats, micronutrients from fruits and vegetables, handling your calorie intake, filling out your weight class so you look like you can lift 1,000 pounds while also being able to lift 1,000 pounds. So out of everything, nutrition should be priority number one. Build as much muscle mass as you possibly can. Push your accessories to technical failure. So right before your technique starts to give out, push it to that point, right? Mechanical failure if you are using machines because they don't require as much stability. So build that muscle mass. Don't be afraid of it. Go up a weight class, which I'll probably go in a separate part of the video. Number two, getting a coach. Now, this doesn't mean that every single person should get a coach, but me personally, I didn't get a coach until my 5th year into competing. I started in 2017, didn't get with my coach till 2023. By then, I had barely hit a 500-pound squat at 100 kilos, and I probably would have hit that much earlier had I got with him about like 2 years prior to that, and probably would have been even stronger by then. Granted, my lifts have never always been the best, but at the same time, having gone with my coach fixed a lot of errors in my technique that allowed me to become a much better lifter overall. Having now pushed a 585 squat in recent ultra nationals for USPA, along with hitting a 396 pound bench press at my recent Powerlifting America meet, and then having hit a 300 kilo deadlift in training, I wouldn't have gotten there had my coach not been the person behind the program and my technique to be able to build me up from when we first started. So having a good coach, I can promise you, is going to be the best investment you can possibly make as a powerlifter. There's different ones that you can find. Powerlifting coaches are very abundant apparently on social media, so just make sure you pick the one that is going to be best suited for you. Don't hire a coach based off of their following, off of their content. Base it off of the success of their roster, and even talk to some of their athletes as well to kind of get an idea how they coach and some of the success stories that they have, so that you can make the right decision of who's going to coach you. So it could be someone that no one knows about, it could be someone well known. You just have to make sure you find the right coach that is best suited for you. Number three, not marrying a weight class. This is a big one. I made this mistake very early on in my powerlifting career where I was trying to fit in a box that I didn't fit in, almost physically. So I was trying to constantly fit the 90 kilo weight class because I really looked up to John Hack when he was 90 kilo. And ironically, now he's 100 kilo and he's the strongest he's ever been. But my coach constantly tried to tell me, hey, you do not need to be a 90 kilo athlete. Like, you're not strong in 90 kilo. And I tried going up to 100, but my diet was all over the place. So I ended up going over 100 kilos and was constantly having to water cut down during meets to be able to qualify for it. And 2024 nationals for USPA, we were in Vegas. I dropped 24 pounds in 48 hours, and it was the worst performance I could have ever had. And it was to meet for 100 kilos, right? So I was walking around about 236 or so, 235. And the last couple of pounds I dropped were by accident. My body just kept dropping by that point. I was only supposed to drop, I think, maybe 15 pounds. And it dropped all the way to 23, 24 because that's just how much my body was depleting by accident almost. And we weren't accounting for that. We didn't realize it and almost ended up bombing out. So it's not worth it. Just go up a weight class, and be as proficient as you can. Since I went up to 110, this has been the best my performances have ever been. Granted, my diet does need to clean up a lot more. As much as I like being thick, as someone who grew up being very skinny, I also know that for health and just for general performance, I need to be better about those things. So you have control over a lot of that. Just make sure you pick the weight class that is going to be best suited for you. And believe it or not, powerlifting is a height-based sport. So I know there's a chart somewhere as to where people should be based on their height. I don't have it on me, but look into it. That might give you a good idea as to where you should kind of be at. And before anyone tells me, oh, but what about the dot score? What about this? Look, if you're stronger at a heavier weight class, guess what? Your dot score is going to go up with you, okay? So don't be too worried about trying to get below a certain weight class for your dots when it's a local meet. Number one, never cut for a local meet. And number two, just go with the weight class that you're going to be able to fill out the best at, okay? If you feel good, you don't have to stress about cutting. Believe me, you are going to be a much better off powerlifter. Number 4, drop the ego. Now, when I first got into the sport, I didn't necessarily have an ego, but as I started competing more and more, that ego started to develop, and I started to think that I was better than everyone, but in reality, I was bottom of the barrel. And this is something for a lot of people I don't think is really as bad. I feel like it's sometimes the opposite, where people's egos actually get shattered when they start trying to start powerlifting, and they go on social media and they see people obviously are really strong. These people breaking records, people that are very young, people that are in different weight classes, and the sport's been around for a long time, guys. If you're just starting the sport now, you're going to be able to see some of the greatest feats of strength of all time, which is really cool to be a part of. But you also can't compare your beginning to their current situation, right? You are here. This person's already been doing this for a long time. They're all the way over here. This doesn't mean that you're too late. It just means you started where you started. And you have every opportunity to get to here if you really want it, which means nutrition, sleep, training intensity, coaching, all that good stuff to get you to that point. But if you're just trying to be a casual powerlifter and you just want to do it for you, self-development, for fun, then yeah, that's a whole different story. But don't get caught up in thinking that you're not strong enough to compete in your first powerlifting meet. Just compete. I promise you. It's an experience I can't describe to people, especially when you start talking to others and start being more invested in the sport. The ego that you think you have will be shattered in the best way possible. You'll be like, damn, I'm not better or less than anyone here. I am part of whatever is here, which is really, really cool. So don't come in with an ego, come in with respect, and be willing to talk to other people and develop those relationships. Because some of the best relationships I have right now, people that I now call family, are from powerlifting, which I'm very grateful for. And the final mistake that I made as a powerlifter that I hope you guys don't make is to just have fun. As soon as you start putting all this pressure on yourself to be something in the sport, to be stronger than everyone else, or to basically put this pressure on yourself every single day as something that is a hobby sport, let's be honest here, none of us get paid to do this, it takes the fun out of it. And I remember after 2024 Nationals, I came back home, and after the abysmal performance I had, I did not enjoy powerlifting at all. I was spiraling, I wanted to quit, because that whole experience really was a punch to the mouth. And I needed that. I also had a friend who, she wanted to be there and competing, didn't get an opportunity to because she was injured at the time, saw my reaction, called me out on it, and it changed my whole perspective. Since that conversation changed everything, the way that I thought about powerlifting, the way I trained, the way I go into meets, completely changed the way that I view it, because I became more grateful for it and grateful for the body I have now, and grateful that I'm able to experience this with other people, and I'm able to do what I do, kind of thing. And that made powerlifting so much more fun for me. Whereas now when I go to meets, even if I'm locked in, even if I have my headphones on and I'm aggressive and I'm ramped up and I'm smelling my smelling salts, I'm still having the time of my life. Even when I go train, I'm having fun. I feel fulfilled, because it's no longer just about this arbitrary number that doesn't mean anything. It's about just experiencing my limitations and being able to go past it and be able to do that with other people. So just remember, have fun. Have fun from your first meet all the way to your last meet, no matter when that might be. Have fun every single training session, because as soon as that joy goes away and powerlifting becomes a stressor, it defeats the purpose of why you started to begin with. You can still challenge yourself. You can still be wanting to have goals to be the best powerlifter of all time, but have fun doing it. Enjoy every moment possible and every training session, because one day it's going to be over and you're going to look back and you're going to think to yourself, damn, did I really have fun? Or was I just doing it to serve an ego that really didn't serve me at all? So I'm telling you guys, if I had that mentality earlier on, I probably would have been a lot more successful as a powerlifter. Not to say I didn't have fun when I first came up, but the mentality was very different. It was a lot more pressure based. Whereas after that conversation, which I'm very grateful for my friend for having that with me, I can't describe the way that I feel about the sport now and how I feel when I compete. It's almost like a flow state, and it feels so much better. So always remember, guys, walk into every powerlifting meet ready to have fun. Every training session, have fun. Because at the end of the day, we all pay to do this sport, and we're all here to do the same thing. So that's the video, guys. Hope you guys get something out of it. And as always, hit those PRs, and I will see you on the platform.